Hey, welcome back. It's your favorite bald programmer, bootstrapped developer, working again on getting this app profitable. The app, if you aren't familiar, is called Compass Calendar. It's a planner for ambitious minimalists. So it helps you plan your day in a simple way. I'll leave it at that for now. CompassCalendar.com if you want to check it out. There's also a GitHub. Ooh, I need to add the GitHub icon down here, because people don't even know it's open source if they just look at this. Yeah, all the code's open source, and I'm going to show you some of it today. We're working on one of the features over here. This feature, this is like a day planner. Add your tasks here, see your events over here. And since last stream, I merged a PR. Thankfully, finally got a little momentum going. Got a PR merged. And that one allowed us to do this, which is right-click, delete, and then the event would be deleted. So we got that in. That's in production right now. And now I'm working on getting this to load better. There's a couple bugs where if you came back here, the events weren't loading correctly. They actually are right now. And if you go to like this page here and then you refresh it, it just this is what you get. So you have to go here to /day. Then it'll load correctly. So that's not good. I'm gonna fix that. This is basically doing some routing changes, and to orient you on a little bigger picture over the next 2 months, or what this 2-month project was about. We're trying to get people to know about the app, use it daily, pay for it, and then repeat that enough until we get profitable. So we have a couple must-haves. Improving the landing page, we did that. Improving the day view, that's what we're working on now, taking it out of beta. I had a commitment to do both these things by tomorrow. So I'm kind of pushing right now. I have a couple windows of work time. I have to check out of this hotel in an hour, and then I'm going to try to find a library or coffee shop to work in, and then work in an airport, and then hopefully work on the plane for a bit. So I'm going to try to stay locked in and keep moving forward on the code so I can shift again towards this part, which is getting people to know this exists up here. Basically, I've been going back and forth between getting people to know this exists and getting it good enough so where people pay for it. That's been my focus. So let's see where we're at with the code. We actually do have a draft PR out already. Codex has been coming through clutch, so I told it to refactor. We're creating a layout to help us load data just based on the route more intelligently. And we're also refactoring a hook so that it follows the Redux pattern we have in the rest of the app. Before, I was trying to make the day view this like its own separate thing, but now that I'm trying to intertwine some of these features in, it's getting hard to do that. So I'm taking a little turn on that approach and just basically following the Redux pattern we have in other spots, which involves creating a slice or a piece of state just for those events, and then updating it, dispatching changes and actions to it. So at this point, it's looking pretty good, but Copilot has some suggestions, and I think there's a couple more things to do. So let's jump into the code, man. Let's get it. Yeah, so it's saying I'm duplicating some code in the tests, and I am. So I'm going to try to extract that into a utility for the tests, and then import them in both tests, and hopefully it's all fine. Okay, we already have this test file that does similar things, but it's too closely connected to the calendar, which is like the root week view. This in fact is called the calendar, even though now we have 3 different routes: calendar, day, and then now, which is in progress. So we were just really throwing a lot into what we were calling the calendar, and it's time to start breaking it out a little bit. So I'm going to probably move these into the other file you were seeing. Okay, this is already looking better. Just replaced, 4 lines, 4 imports with 1 up top. It's looking good. Okay, so I'm just moving the utilities that help us update state our store into the shared utility file so that the test can import them. All right, it's looking better. I'm thinking I probably missed an import somewhere, so let's see what's broken. Okay, Bigfoot and Crew says, how realistic do you think it is in percentages that you'll make the calendar profitable by the end of the year, which is a goal? See, it's November. I'm going with 55. 55%. It's definitely doable. I'm still optimistic. It's going to take a couple big wins. We've been taking a lot of swings, and a lot of them have just been whiffs or I don't know baseball very well. Base hits, singles. Sorry, singles. I think if we hit a couple of triples and home runs, we'll get there. And I think if when the app actually gets good, if we can get it good quick enough, and that flywheel with onboarding and payment conversion is there, then it could take off. But at the same time, if a bunch of BS keeps coming up, then that's going to hurt us. Like, for example, we were really struggling with a bug that forced all the users to re-sign in every day. And this was part of a third party we were using for sessions, and we were reaching out to them, and they were just leaving us hanging. And this has been going on for 2 weeks, and it's still going on. And I don't know if it's something we changed, they changed, but it's like one of those things that's a huge energy drain. And we cut our losses on Monday and decided to just change providers entirely. And so that's a big loss in terms of like time and effort. And if stuff like that keeps happening, it's gonna be tough. But I'm staying optimistic. I think we can do it. I know the product can get really good really quickly, but we have to hit a couple doubles, triples, and home runs to make it profitable by end of December. All right, 10 failures. Look at that. Nice. It's hard to even see where it happened from. Here we go. A lot of these seem like unrelated. This one seems alright. Should render all day events. Create initial state. Yeah, that's the import's probably wrong there. So let's go to which one is that? Agenda test. Oh, I think I'm duplicating the code here. This is what I can get rid of it now. Oops. Okay, it should just be 9 failures now. Bigfoot and crew says good luck, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, 2 failures, nice. Calendar form test. Okay, I might have overstepped here and changed too much. This one. It was previously doing find and update events in preload state. Maybe that's all I gotta do. If it's still called that. Let's see. Okay, that feels right. Come on now. There we go. What's left? Thankfully, those are just import issues, so I'm hoping this will be one to calendar render test. And these tests are relying on having a specific kind of state being in the store, so this makes sense that we'd have to change these after moving things around, and that's looking good. So happy with that. Happy with all this. Basically, we moved things to a shared test utility file and updated some imports. So let's close this. What else? What else do we got here? It says there's a, oh, here we go. Date/route util. Yeah, this one sounds legit. We changed some business logic. I don't think we need to here. In fact, I don't know if we want to do it in UTC. We want to do it in the user's time. That's why it's called today local. Yeah, so I think we want to revert this. Date-route util. Oh, but then we're sending it to UTC anyway. So here we're getting it locally, formatting it, and then going to UTC, and here it's created, but it's using start of day and then going to UTC. Is there a difference? The old code created UTC midnight for today's calendar date. The new code starts with midnight local, then converts to UTC. So we should stick with it if we're trying to get UTC midnight for the current UTC date, which I don't. We want to use the local calendar date, which was the old stuff. Okay, so we're going back. Even still, UTC and dates, a little tricky for me to wrap my head around. All right, that one's done. Okay, this one we already fixed, saying it's duplicated. Okay, looking good. I'm going to say ready for another look. Then I'm going to get another summary here. Dang, 31 files. Big refactor. Victor, the other guy working on this, is building the now view, which also will take in the current day's events. So let me show you. We already have like a prototype of it here, static prototype, but it takes in your events from today, shows you this. Then you focus on them one by one. So he'll need to use this updated code I'm having, so I want to make sure I'm not making it hard for him to bring this in. So I need to find where, I think he set up a few things already. There's a hook, something like use now. Yeah, here we go. Use real-time focus data, that could be it. Use today events. Yeah, here's what we got update. Okay, I don't know if I'll do this in this PR or another one, but I want to just delete this and make it clear, like this way of managing the data by yourself is done, because this is basically what Redux is doing, and our fetching logic. We already are doing this automatically, and so we don't want to do it automatically and have a separate way to do it here unless there's a good reason for it. There was initially just to keep it simple, but now that I'm about to push this code in, I think it's good. So I maybe just for his clarity and to save some conversations, I'll do the refactor, and then I'll do a new PR to delete this stuff and hook into the new stuff. It'll be slower for me, but quicker for him. So overall, in terms of team time saving, I think it'll save some time. So that's the plan. Oh, Copilot got a quick one. Caught another duplicate code block. It's getting better at this. I've noticed it's getting better at catching stuff like this. Although now this one's a little whack. It's saying the negation always evaluates to false, and then it's saying we should just delete that, get rid of the whole thing, because we're strongly typing it now. It has to be there. That would be ideal. Let's see if we can get away with that. Okay, sick. All right, that's the last nitpick from Copilot. So I'm just reviewing, and then I'm going to do some functional testing locally, and then I'm going to try it in staging, and then try it in production, and then merge it. Okay, it's all the web packages, so it's contained to just this package. That's good. There's our Saga, which just takes care of like the request lifecycle. Simple. Here's our selectors. Yeah, Copilot, or not Copilot, Codex did a really good job with this one. Basically told it what I wanted, which was like, hey, simplify stuff. And this looks a little weird. First render.unmount. But actually it is simplifying the test overall, so that I'll let it go. Look at this, getting rid of some files like that. Okay, cool. It's looking good. So when I go here, see if I can put this next to it. When I go to the day view, I should see a fetch call automatically. That wasn't happening before. Let's try it. Or I'll just type 2 right now. 2. There we go. That's good. Looks like there might be 2 of them. Is there actually 2? Yeah. Why? Why is there 2 calls there? Is it showing up in the server as 2? Let's see. Let's do this again. With 304 for this get, and then we're checking auth, and then a 304 here. Let me do this again. Day, there's 2 there. What happens when I go to week? Yeah, there's two there too. I can live with this. This is probably I don't know, a rendering life cycle thing. Maybe that we have too many providers that are doing similar stuff. Maybe state's changing and it's part of a dependency array. I can live with it. The data's there. Cool. All right, I'm gonna deploy it, which means since I only got one monitor, I'm gonna go bye real quick. I'll be on mic, but I'm just gonna show the screen for a few minutes. All right, we're building the web package right now. Okay, package is built, and now I'm deploying it to staging. Now it's up. I'm going to try it out. Oh, I'm having some issues, login issues. It's just alerting me way too many times. This might be the routing stuff we changed. Oh man, this is annoying. Okay, I'm bringing you back to help me debug this, or I can show you. I can show you this because I think we do have a bug now, and this would be a bummer. So let's explain it. I'm gonna use cursor here just because I like their planning a little bit. We can see it together. All right, if you couldn't read that, basically, because of the routing changes, I think we're getting an infinite loop and we're not redirecting right. So the routing changes we're in. Oh, why is it asking me for all this stuff? Where would they be in like protected or layout? It was a layout. I made a layout, authenticated layout. So that's where this refetch hook is, and this is how we're keeping data in sync with changes that happen in the background. Now it's saying to change this, but I don't think we changed this hook at all. I don't think we did that. Let me try the same thing with cursor, see what they think. Or Copilot. No. Codex. Too many C words, yo. So I'm going to go to chat. I guess they don't have a plan mode. Curious how it's not happening locally though. Let me try. I'll try to log out. Ah. See, now Google's returning 401. So it looks like it's working fine locally. Maybe something's off with the deployment or the web server on staging. Might be worth another try. Unless Codex finds something. Alright, while it's thinking, I'm going to try again and just restart things on the server. Sorry, be right back. So on the logs, there was an infinite loop on the back end too, and even me as a user wasn't like hitting it anymore. So I'm wondering why that's happening. I'm redeploying. Okay, yep, same thing's happening. I'm gonna try checking out to main and deploying from there. Codex is still thinking. It's kind of pointing to the same thing as cursor was. Or wait, no, sorry. I was looking at cursor. It's still thinking. I'll bring it back here. See how now there's like this element, and then the children, I think this is like saying all these child routes are nested in this, and like they're snuck into what this layout is, so that they're all calling use refetch. Maybe something in here. Maybe it's this effect. All right, well, let's see what they think. There's an interceptor. This is kind of making sense. I like what it's saying, although I don't think this is the real issue. Although maybe, I think if you're not authenticated, then you will, this sign out will be called. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It's been good to me this morning so far. This is why I'm happy I didn't sneak in that change that's going to affect my teammate. Because let's just make sure this works before ruining his workflow. Yeah, it is pointing out something I don't love, which was before when it was recognizing that something wasn't up, it was just forcing a reload. And I don't like that. I'd rather, that's not really declarative enough. It doesn't like, say what's actually happening. I don't know what's doing about the cache here. Okay, so it's updating how the front end's calling the API. Based on the search param. And then window location. It's assigning the location. Okay. Okay. Let's run into some test issues. Let's see. Let's test the web first. Oh, we got one failure. Use now data. Why would that break from this little change? What? I wonder if that's a flaky test. Let's try it. I'm going to stash it, run it again, see if it passes. Git stash. If it still fails, it's not the new thing we just added. But now it's passing. So if we bring it back and we try again, now it passes. Okay, so it's flaky. It's flaky. The same code failed the first time and then passed the second time. But that's part of that hook that I'm trying to get rid of. So I'm not going to fight it right now. All right, this one's tricky because, I don't know, it's kind of hard. This was kind of a weird one to test. But I'm going to build it. I'm going to see if Copilot can test it while we're waiting. Just to isolate what's going on here a little more. So let's do it. Hold on. Okay, deployed that newest thing to staging. Going back to staging. Trying it out. Oh, now we got a white screen. And now we're back. Okay, I think it worked. Let me try again. I'm going to the root. And then it just redirected me. Okay, that worked. Surprised. Kind of surprised. And I tried logging in, and then the pop-up came up again. It didn't quite work. Something's up. Something's up. I'm gonna have to figure it out. This is tricky. Shoot. Okay, since we're on stream, I'm gonna kind of give up on the staging thing. We'll see if we can get a quick win. We'll see if we can still get a quick win in. Let's see. Yeah, I was the white screen is because I was hiding it a little bit. I only have this one laptop on right now, and I don't want to show the infrastructure code. But now hopefully you should be seeing regular source code. We got about 8 minutes left, and I'm gonna try to get a win in on the landing page. Okay, that didn't even make grammatical sense, but I basically told it to update the footer with the GitHub page. Let's see if I can bring it up locally. $3,001. What? Read only. Okay, I might have to configure something with Codex, but let's see if Cursor can handle it. So this one's localhost 3002. Maybe 3001. Hey, look at that. It's got our source website, footer, GitHub link. I'm good with that. New tab. Okay. People might know it's open source now. I want to put it, I think I want to put it first. Because you wouldn't join the Discord unless you really cared. So I don't think they're going to click that first. Let's move it first. This should be quick. Oh, jeez. There we go. Okay, I think we got to win. I'm going to push this up quick. Publish branch. And then before even worrying if the test pass, actually I'll run the test quick here. These are using Vite, which I like a lot better, or VI test. Stuck with Yarn and Jest in the other one and just haven't prioritized changing yet. But these just feel quicker. All right, passes. I'm going to do Vercel, prod, and send it. Prod. Cap us off with a win for today, hopefully. And then I got to check out soon. At the airport or the coffee shop, I'll be debugging what's going on with auth. I'm not sure. Biome. I haven't heard of Biome. Biome is nice for linting and formatting. Let's check that out. Biome.js. So what does this do that ESLint doesn't do? Differences. Oh, I guess Prettier is a competitor. So it's like Prettier, but has a different philosophy. It's an opinionated formatter, but just has different opinions, right? Current set of options is stable, sufficient, and not open for addition. Okay, kind of like that. Like, here it is. Don't F with us. This is what it is. Okay, differences are pretty. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Getting into the nitty gritty. All right, so basically I'm seeing if you have beef with Prettier for some reason, maybe these opinions would be better. That's my quick interpretation of it. And it's super fast. Okay. Cool. My Prettier is a little slower. I'll admit that. All right, let's see if it's live. There it is. Cool. Right on time. We got something done. I'm going to merge that PR off stream. Continue where I left off. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.